friends. Nice to see you again. I brought my friend, Mr. Polar Bear, to meet you today. He's only here for a short trip because he doesn't live around these parts of the country. He lives in a very cold climate, and I'm going to show you where. Here's my globe. Here's the top of the country, and the world. Here's the top of the world, and here's the bottom of the world. This is Antarctica, and this is the Arctic. My friend, Mr. Polar Bear, lives in Greenland. It's way up here. Here's where we live, down here in Massachusetts, and way up almost to the top of the globe or the world is Greenland. It's pretty big and it's cold. And there are other parts up here that are very cold in the North Pole. So, polar bears eat lots of fish. They like fish. I like fish. It's delicious. Have you ever been fishing? Well, we're going to try to go fishing right here today. Mr. Polar Bear is going to watch us. You can go fishing in your house. You could get a bucket like this and get right in it. Just like this guy, he got into a laundry basket and then he made a fishing pole. I used a plastic stick from my old blinds, and I attached a string at the top, and I am going to tape a fish on the end. Here's Mr. Fish, Bluefish. I'm going to tape him onto the end of my fishing pole. And then we're going to learn how to cast. Some of you may have fished before. It's hard. You have to be patient. So here's my fishing pole, and I'm going to throw it out into the ocean. Swirl it around, swirl it around. I have a fish, so I'm going to bring it back. Ooh, I caught the fish. Catching fish is lots of fun. This is one way you can do it. Another way you might be able to go fishing is with this game that I bought at one of the local stores. It's a lot of fun. The box looks like this. Gone Fishing Game. And this is my fishing pole. Let's put it right up here where you can see it. So I'm going to try and get my fishing pole in the mouth of these fishies. But it's going to go around and around, and I'm going to hold steady and try. Whoop! Oh, I almost caught that fish. Whoop! I almost caught that fish. I got a fish! You can say your friend needs to get the yellow fish, and you need to get the blue fish. You can play it any way you like. It's great for fine motor coordination and patience and turn taking. I like my fishing game. Well, Polar Bear and I have a wonderful story for you today, and it's all about my friend who's an Inuit. That's a special group of people who live up north near the North Pole. This story is called The Big Fuzzy. It's written by Caroline Castle and illustrated by Daniel Howarth. I wonder who the Big Fuzzy could be. Maybe one of our friends. Go fishing. This is a story that happened long ago in a faraway land covered in snow. The land was called Greenland. We saw it on the globe. One cold, cold morning, a dome shape rose out of the mist. It was a little house made of ice an igloo. That's what they call them, igloos. Someone was coming out the door. It was little Sarah and her baby brother, Ivic, strapped to her back. Little Sarah's mother was sick and couldn't get out of bed. Sarah had to go out all on her own to catch some fish for supper, or the family would go hungry. "Be safe, brave little Sarah," called her mom, and watched out for polar bears. She didn't want her to come against an angry polar bear. But as they set off, someone saw them go. Someone big and white and fearsome. Oh, it was so very cold, but little Sarah was wrapped up as warm as the winter fire. She made her way slowly through the snow until she came to a good place to fish. Here it is. There's a hole in the ice. Little Sarah dug a hole in the ice and sank her line through the hole. The line had a hook on the end. The sun was bright in the sky and baby Ivic was sleeping. But someone was watching. Someone big and white and fearsome. Very soon, little Sarah caught her first fish. But someone big and white and fearsome was creeping up behind her. Someone big and white and fearsome and hungry. Baby Ivic woke up, big, fuzzy. He laughed at the huge furry face. "Here," he said, "fishy?" And Ivic gave the fish to Big Fuzzy. The big white creature was so surprised that he took the fish and gobbled it up. Little Sarah caught another fish and another. "Fishies for Fuzzy," laughed Ivic. The big furry creature gobbled them all up, bones and all. The sky grew darker. Little Sarah heard the wind howl. It whipped up the snow and whistled around her ears. She knew it would soon turn into a blizzard. It was time to pack up the fish and go home. Where are the fish? But when she turned around, all the fish were gone. Every one. "Naughty Ivic," cried little Sarah. She was very cross. She had worked hard. But how could her little brother have eaten all those fish? He was much too small. Perhaps a seal came by and took them. Now there was nothing for the family to eat. Ivic said, "Big Fuzzy," and waved goodbye to the polar bear. "Ooh," howled the wind. The sky grew darker still. Fish or no fish, little Sarah knew they must go at once while they could still see the way home. So little Sarah and baby Ivic set off into the blustery evening. But the wind roared like thunder and blew snow into their faces. Sarah couldn't see the way. Very soon, little Sarah and baby Ivic were both lost. Oh dear. The nighttime fell like a thick, dark blanket, and someone was following them. Someone big and white and fearsome. Little Sarah saw the shadow of a huge creature behind her. "Oh, something is coming," she cried out. "Something huge and fearsome." "Big Fuzzy," said Ivic. Oh boy. Little Sarah ran as fast as she could, but the snow was thick and she was tired. Ivic felt heavy, like a big sack of potatoes tied to her back. Soon she found herself by an icy cave. "We can hide in here," she said. They were so tired. they fell fast asleep right away. They didn't hear the big footsteps thundering through the snow. 1, 2, 3. Slowly, slowly, the big creature crept inside. He opened up his huge, strong arms and very carefully picked up little Sarah and Ivic and folded them into his warm chest. Then he ran and ran as fast as he could over the snow hills and through the blustery blizzard all the way back to the igloo. Little Sarah and baby Ivic woke up in their own doorway. Little Sarah couldn't believe her eyes. How did they get home? And where did that big fish come from? Here's the big footprint. Only baby Ivic guessed the answer. Big Fuzzy, he said happily. What a wonderful tale of giving to each other. Ivic gave the fish to Big Fuzzy, and Big Fuzzy took care of them in the blizzard. Hope you enjoyed the story. I'll see you tomorrow.